primetime edition of the news this Thursday, 28th of August, 2025. We'll begin the news with the headlines. As the countdown to October 12 election narrows in Cameroon, the quest for each free election is taking shape. ELECAM publishes a provisional list of voters, urging Cameroonians to verify their data as well as prepare to carry out their civic duty by selecting who will rule Cameroon for the next 7 years. Get this story and others in the full newscast right ahead when we come back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of the Primetime News here on DBS Television this Thursday with me, Mange Venasius. We begin the news with this societal story from the littoral region, a deadly collision between a passenger bus and an abandoned tanker truck on the Njombe Highway in Mongo division of the littoral region, where 2 people were confirmed dead with many others injured at the time of the press. Thus has drawn renewed attention to the country's narrow and poorly maintained roads with persistent highway hazards. Vanessa Shuyong completes that story in this report.
A devastating accident that occurred on the Njombe Highway in the Mongo division has claimed 2 lives. A bus from the General Voyage Agency collided with a tanker truck carrying palm oil that had broken down and been abandoned on the roadside for several days. 2 people lost their lives while several others were injured and rushed to the Saint-Jean-de-Malt Hospital in Njombe as thousands of students and parents prepare to hit the road for the new academic year 2025-2026. The tragedy underscores long-standing concerns about road safety. Poorly maintained and undersized highways, reckless driving, and abandoned vehicles remain major contributors to fatal accidents across the country. The accident also caused a major traffic jam, with authorities working to clear the scene and restore normalcy. Travelers have been urged to remain vigilant, respect traffic rules, and avoid distractions while driving. With the new school year beginning, road users are reminded that safety must remain our collective responsibility.
And from Njombe, we move over to the West region. Actors of the real estate and land tenure reforms are meeting in Bafoussam for an inter-regional consultation workshop for the Northwest and West regions in view of the development of the National Land Tenure and State Property Policy paper in Cameroon. The 2-day workshop began this morning in Bafoussam and will round up tomorrow. In the following excerpt, an inspector from the Ministry of State Property and Land Tenure, as well as a traditional ruler in the Northwest region, highlight the importance of the workshop and the primordial place of land in our communities. Let us have them in the following excerpts.
This workshop is the elaboration of the policy paper on state property, land tenure and surveys. It's a very important workshop which includes everybody, all participants, all stakeholders, as far as land management is concerned. Here we see the presence of traditional rulers, administrative officials, and all walks of life, people of all walks of life. And this is going to enhance the functioning and the elaboration of the most awaited land tenure document, the reform foncier, as I can say, that is being awaited. And we know that today the land law is a bit archaic, as I can say, but with this workshop, what we are going to gather here is going to enhance and enrich this working document that we are trying to elaborate for the betterment of the land tenure system.
The grass field has a particularity, a specificity when it comes to land. When you come to land and when you want to use land or for public use and other procedures to have land without passing through the traditional rulers, it becomes so complicated because we are so attached to land and us from the grass field, land is everything we have, and the traditional rulers must be taken into consideration when it comes to land.
And from that news concerning land, let's talk politics. ELECAM has opened the verification of provisional electoral list barely weeks before Cameroon's presidential elections that would be coming up on the 12th of October this year. Voters are urged to confirm their details and ensure their eligibility to cast a ballot on the 12th of October. We have details with Nde Vanessa Shuyong.
In the past elections, challenges such as late card distribution, errors in voters' details, and low participation in the verification phase have raised concerns. Thus, the electoral body Elections Cameroon since August 27 published the provisional electoral list in all municipal branches. Voters are called upon to visit the different offices to consult the list, confirm that their names and details are correctly recorded, and collect their voter cards where available. This stage, known as the display and verification phase, is a crucial step in Cameroon's electoral process. It allows citizens to signal any irregularities such as misspelled names, wrong polling stations, or missing registrations so corrections can be made before the lists are finalized. ELECAM officials have emphasized that only voters whose names appear on the final validated list will be eligible to cast their ballot during the presidential election scheduled for October 12, 2025. Political parties and civil society groups have been encouraging citizens, especially first-time voters and those who recently changed residence, to take advantage of this period to ensure they are properly enrolled.
And still in politics, we take you to the East region as parties fine-tuned their strategies in view of the upcoming election that will be in October. The NUDP party has continued its nationwide tour. This time it was in Betua, where they were highly received by party militants and sympathizers. The objective of this nationwide tour is to reassure Cameroonians that the party is not limited only to the 3 northern regions of Cameroon and that it has what it takes to bring change in Cameroon. Let us have more of that in the following excerpt with a militant of the NUDP party.
Our president, Mr. Bello Gubamegari, has organized a visit in order to prepare all our militants in the case of the election of the 12th October 2025. So during that preparation meeting, we meet our militants, we discuss with them how we can organize and make this election fair so that the party can win. We take also advantages to explain to all our militants that our party is a national party that have a municipal councilor, regional councilor, mayor town, Yaoundé, and the regional president of Adamawa regions. Here we're in Yaoundé, Meganga, Gawa Bulai, Baturi, and then today we are in Bertois, as you have seen. So everybody is happy and receive us with the 2 hands, and we really realize that this country needs something to change. And we think that the party, the National Union for Democracy and Progress, have all what Cameroonians need to change.
We come back to societal issues away from politics. The 2024 annual report from the National Anti-Corruption Commission was presented yesterday in Yaoundé. The report highlighted a significant increase in citizen contributions and report regarding corruption, indicating growing awareness. Despite recovering over 8.49 billion francs CFA and implementing sanctions in some sector, CONAC still faces a number of challenges, as you tell us in the following report, Rugiatu Buba.
The annual report of the National Anti-Corruption Commission, CONAC, for the year 2024, presented on August 27, 2025 in Yaoundé, reveals a significant increase in contributions and reports this resurgence has enabled the state to recover 8.49 billion francs CFA, indicating a growing awareness among citizens. Despite these achievements, the Commission faces several challenges. Newspapers like Mutasong in their August 28 edition described CONAC as a firefighter without water, highlighting the lack of collaboration from certain public administrations, a declining enthusiasm among users to report corruption practices, and the reluctance to pass an anti-corruption law. Additionally, there has been a refusal to enforce Article 66 of the Constitution regarding asset declarations. In the health sector, a Kosante newspaper reports on the 14th CONAC report, which details exemplary sanctions ranging from dismissals for extortion to financial penalties imposed on some hospitals in Yaoundé and Douala. This illustrates a clear intent to restore trust in the healthcare system. The report presented by Reverend Dr. Dieudonné Massangams, president of CONAC, spans 255 pages and estimates the financial damage related to corruption in the country at 4.06 billion francs CFA, a significant decrease from 114 billion in 2023, representing a 96% reduction. In contrast, reports of corrupt acts have surged by 40%, reaching over 10,500 cases.
The Anti-Corruption Commission continue insisting that Cameroon cannot develop in a corrupt atmosphere, and that corruption is the affair that concerns everyone. Every August 28th, the international community observes World Bow Tie Day. This day celebrates the bow tie as a symbol of personal expression, confidence, and bridging tradition with modern style. Rugiatu Buba in the following report once more brings out some notable figures who have embraced this elegant piece. Let's have her in this report.
Every year, fashion enthusiasts around the globe come together to celebrate World Bow Tie Day. This event, growing in popularity, pays tribute to the timeless bow tie, an iconic accessory that symbolizes style, individuality, and sophistication. With roots tracing back to the 17th century, when neckties first emerged in European fashion, the bow tie has evolved into a staple that inspires personal expression across generations. World Bow Tie Day is more than just a fashion celebration. It's a homage to timeless elegance and the evolution of dress culture. As fashion trends change, the bow tie remains a constant, offering a unique canvas for individuals to showcase their distinctive identities. Whether worn for a formal occasion or a casual outing, the bow tie evokes a sense of charm and creativity, inviting wearers to reflect on its rich history and cultural significance. This year, on August 28, the world recognizes the subtle yet impactful presence of the bow tie, an accessory that balances tradition and whimsy. Notable figures like James Bond, Sir Winston Churchill, Cedric Villani, and modern icons such as Stromae have embraced this elegant piece, each adding their own flair. As the world celebrates, they acknowledge the bow tie's ability to enhance confidence and project originality, reminding them that elegance can be both classic.
And we come back to this sad story. Cameroon's musical scene mourns the loss of one of its most celebrated voices, Ange Ebogo Emirang. The Bikosi singer passed on. That was yesterday at the age of 73, leaving behind a rich legacy of over 400 songs and 20 albums that have shaped generational of artists in Cameroon. Rachel Ndifongang has that story.
One of the most iconic and respected voices of Bikutsi has gone silent. Ange Ebogo Emirang passed away yesterday at the Yaoundé University Hospital at the age of 73 following an illness. Born into a modest background with training in carpentry and farm work, he turned to music at an early age, starting as a chorister
before blossoming into an arranger, instrumentalist, and singer whose angelic voice earned him the name Ange. Over the course of his career, he produced more than 600 songs and around 20 albums exploring themes of love, daily life, tradition, and the social realities of Cameroon. His passing is a profound loss for Cameroonian music and for Bikutsi in particular, where he was regarded as a pillar, a mentor, and a cultural guide for younger generations. Ebogo Emeran's legacy is immense, both through his artistic achievement and the inspiration he offered. Beginning his career in the 1970s, he gained widespread recognition with the 1984 release of Okong Makon, a work that cemented his place in Bikutsi, while also demonstrating his ability to navigate other styles such as reggae and makossa.
Although Ange Emeret Ebogo has gone, his work lives with us. Let us go around Africa away from our borders. West and East Africa are gearing up for a crucial political development as Mali's Constitutional Court approves a new member transitional government. Then in Tanzania, that country declares President Samia Hassan to run in October's general elections that will be taking place in Tanzania. And in Uganda, Uganda's ruling party endorses President Yoweri Museveni for a sixth term that will be in 2026 presidential election. Africa Roundup, Rachel Ntifongang.
In Mali, Mali's Constitutional Court has approved the formation of a new 30-member executive for the transitional government, providing legal backing for the power-sharing arrangement between military and civilian representatives. This approval comes as the country seeks to stabilize after years of political unrest, coup, and security challenges. The court endorsement strengthens legitimacy of Mali's institutions and sets the stage for the cabinet to address security, governance, and economic recovery during the transitional period. In Tanzania, President Samia Hassan has been officially declared by the National Electoral Commission to contest the upcoming general election in October. Having become Tanzania's first female president in March 2021, Hassan now seeks her first full 5-year term representing the ruling CCM party. The October elections are seen as a test of Tanzania's democratic progress, with opposition parties attempting to challenge CCM's long-standing dominance despite internal weaknesses. Then in Uganda, the ruling National Resistance Movement has officially endorsed President Yoweri Museveni as its candidate for the 2026 elections, extending his nearly 40-decade-long rule. Museveni, 81, is credited with maintaining stability and overseeing infrastructure and economic projects since taking power in 1986. Critics warn that Museveni's long-term tenure risks consolidating authoritarian rule, and the 2026 election will attract significant domestic and international attention, with opposition figures like Bobi Wine likely to challenge him.
And October will be a boiling month in Africa, where a number of countries will be going in for major elections like presidential elections, like we would be having in Cameroon. That is how we saw it in this edition of the primetime edition of the news. Do not go away. Another newscast will be coming up in the French language at 7:45 p.m. with Ludovic André Malagal. We'll be back again tomorrow when it will be 6 p.m. for the last edition of the primetime news for the week and the last edition of the primetime news for the month of August. Until then, have a blessed evening and goodbye from all of us here.